Good morning. Boy, is it cold here in Texas. We went on Saturday, we actually went from 80 degrees. Today it's 27, but welcome to Texas. So this morning we're actually going to do a breakfast or a brunch. It can be used for brunch. And if you're going to serve it for a dinner, you could add some nice crusty toast to it. But what we're going to make is baked French eggs. And I served this for some friends Sunday after church brunch, and I was able to prepare most of the things before I went to church and came home and popped the eggs in the oven, and it was hot and it was very tasty. And I saw the tomatoes on another video with Brenda Gant. She is one of my cooking heroes, and she broiled just a basic tomato slice with some Parmesan cheese and seasoning, and I thought that would go really good with this. So Dina and I are going to have eggs, and probably Buttons and Bridget will have eggs for brunch this morning. To start out, we're going to actually put the eggs in first. I've preheated the oven because I pre-cooked some bacon. I thought bacon would be good with the eggs and the tomatoes, and I've made these eggs in a muffin tin with 12. So you can make as many as you like, but this morning I'm only going to make 3. One for myself, one for Dina, and one for the girls to share, the puppy girls. And this recipe has eggs, grated or shredded Parmesan cheese, a little heavy cream or melted butter, and salt and pepper to taste. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to spritz our muffin tin with some vegetable spray. And I'm kind of an egg snob. I love fresh farm eggs when I'm baking, where I can crack the egg and look inside the egg, because I'm a little squeamish on what I might find in a fresh farm egg. But when I'm eating a boiled egg or a fried egg, I really do like Eggland's best, because I think they run them through some sort of machine and really check them, make sure that they're nice and clear. So I'm going to use Eggland's in here, and I'm going to crack 3 eggs in a muffin tin. Remember, if you crack your egg on the side of the cabinet, and I'm bad about it sometimes to crack on the bowl, the side of the cabinet will keep your shell from going inside of your bowl. The oven is at 425. I've cracked 3 eggs in the tin, and I'm going to drizzle a little bit of heavy cream, not half and half, or you could substitute melted butter with this. But then make sure your butter is cooled. So I'm just going to do a little drizzle. And on these, I'm actually going to use grated Parmesan cheese. And H-E-B has some that's pre-grated. It's fresh parm. And just sprinkle a little bit of parm on top of the egg. Probably about maybe 1/4 teaspoon. And a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Now I'm not going to put salt and pepper on the puppies, but I am going to put it on mine and Dina's. Now, this is going to go in the oven. Now, if I want my eggs cooked soft, I'm not going to cook them past 8 minutes. So 7 to 8 minutes for a soft egg, 9 to 10 minutes for a medium egg, and for the very firm center, 11 to 12. I'm going to do 9 to 10 minutes, so we'll start it at 9. I'm going to put these in the oven. Second rack. And set my timer for 9 minutes. Now, while the eggs are cooking, I'm going to prepare my tomato. Let's slice it about maybe 1/8 to 1/4 inch. And since there's just 2 of us eating the tomato, I think 1 tomato would be plenty. I've lined a little cookie sheet. I've just spritzed a little vegetable spray on it. Now I've laid the tomatoes on the cookie sheet. I'm going to, on this one, I'm not using salt and pepper, but I have a little seasoning, house seasoning that I mix with garlic, salt and pepper, and I thought it would need a little bit more, so I'm going to sprinkle each slice of tomato with a little bit of the seasoning. And on this one, I actually wanted, and again, H-E-B has a shaved Parmesan cheese, and I'm gonna add a couple slices of shaved Parm on each tomato slice. There we go. Now, when the eggs come out of the oven, I'm going to turn the oven on to broil. This only takes a second or two in the broiler. So we'll put this in the broiler when the eggs come out and broil them up. And I've pre-made some bacon. I did it in the oven. We'll have bacon, the sliced tomato, and the French baked eggs for our brunch today. Be back in a minute. Okay, now the timer just went off. I turned the timer off. I'm pulling my eggs out. And they're medium firm. And now I'm going to pop the oven on to broil. I'm going to take the tomatoes and pop them in and watch them closely. And while we're doing that, we'll dish our eggs up and put them on the platter. Now the tomatoes have been in the broiler for about maybe 2 minutes. We'll pull them out and check them. And there they are, they're nice. The cheese has melted nicely on top. And there you have it, French baked eggs with broiled Parmesan tomatoes and oven baked bacon. Okay, so welcome back. We're gonna give our French baked eggs and broiled tomatoes a try. I like to serve it pretty quickly to keep the eggs hot. Stephanie Robeson tastes just as good as the day we had them over here. And our tomato, no. That's delicious. That would be so good on some crusty bread with bacon, tomato, and a lettuce sandwich in the wintertime. That'd be nice and good. We could always serve that. And of course, bacon is bacon. So, my devotion real quick for the new year was I'd been praying for God to give me a verse to kind of give me a little inspiration for the year, and I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I just wasn't. I don't know if I was not hearing from Him or He just hadn't revealed it to me. But New Year's morning, as I sat down to do my devotions, voila, He gave me my verse, and He showed it to me in 4 different devotions that I read. And this verse was in absolutely every one of them. And I was excited. It's Isaiah 43:1. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. And when I rewrote it, I wrote, fear not, for I, God, have redeemed you, me. I, God, have called me, Susan, by name, and I am His. And I'm so looking forward to what God has in store for us in the year 2022. I have a real peace about it. I just know that God is going to abound Himself in salvation of souls and some real exciting things in our lives, in our homes, in our children, in our government, in our country. And if you don't have a place to worship, please join us at Glad Tidings Leander Assembly, the church on the hill across from the post office, and like and share these videos and subscribe to be alerted for the next video. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you all who commented on the trivia question, and I know you're waiting for the answer, but please tune in on Thursdays, which is Trivia Thursday, to our Simply Country Cuisine Facebook page, and I'll be revealing the contest winner to the Fruit Loop question.